Fight fans, welcome to CFFC. Welcome to beautiful Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Welcome to YouTube. I know all you millennials are out there watching on YouTube, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. We're broadcasting live and in living color everywhere. We are at the 2300 Arena, the famous 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am CM Punk. I am joined with UFC featherweight Chase Hooper, and we're going to get right after it. Our first fight, Galanti versus Rappa, next-gen light heavyweight bout. Chase, what do you know about the next-gen division?
We got all these up-and-coming. These are still the amateur guys, but we got 3 2-minute rounds here in Philly for the commission here. We got Nick Galanti, 2-0. Dymere Rappa, 1-1.
What was your amateur career looking like as we see Nick Galanti? Or is this is Dymere Rappa? I'm sorry. We're warming up here. Facebook.
My amateur career, I think I got all my amateur fights done within a year. I think I had 6 fights in that year. All were first-round finishes, and then I was on to pro. Yeah.
The interesting thing I always like to talk about is how every single state commission is different, right? So, like, were you strapped up? You got shin guards on. Some states make people wear headgear.
Yeah, so I think the statute of limitations is passed on whatever issues might come up. But we did all my fights because I was under 18 at the time. We're on like the reservations, which in Washington there's no commission, no rules. Yeah. So I never fought with shin pads. I never fought with headgear. You know, we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, but, you know, smuggling cigarettes to and from the reservation. I understand. Yeah. I understand, Chase. You see Dymere Rappa here, who's 1-1, coming out of the blue corner. They'll be taking on this man, Nick Galanti, 23 years old. Made his amateur debut in March, picking up a third-round submission win over Scott Myers via north-south choke. I know you like that.
That's fun. That's always a fun submission.
Hard one to get, especially in MMA. Returned in May, picked up decision win over Tim Green at CFFC 96. So he's a homegrown guy. Record is 2-0. Fighting for the third time in less than 8 months. See Dante Rivera, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so you know he's got a good team behind him, and you see Dante Rivera right there next to him. Legend of the sport.
It's always what I like to see under the style. You always love to see him as jiu-jitsu guys, especially at light heavyweight. You don't see a lot of that anymore. It's more, you know, just guys throwing down. I love seeing some good submission games at a high level, and I think that's what we might be seeing here tonight.
Yeah, it's looking like it. You know, I'm still of the mind that most fights are going to go to the ground. You know, so yes, you can be a tremendous striker. It's hard to see one at this level that is that good, that where you're not going to need some sort of jiu-jitsu. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape here for these two next-gen fighters. It is pretty dead even. We got a little bit of a weight advantage here from Dymere Rappa, but they both make the 205-pound weight limit. And we're ready for our first fight of the night. Let's take it to our ring announcer, Dr. D.
Tonight, this bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the next-gen light heavyweight division. This bout has been brought to us by Herbal Miss Teas, 100% all natural. Now, standing to my right, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 204.8 pounds, fighting for American MMA and Wrestling out of Penns Grove, New Jersey, Dymere the Don Rappa. Now, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 202.1 pounds, fighting for Dante Rivera, BJJ, out of Freehold, New Jersey, Nick Galante. Referee in charge of the action once the bell rings, Sensei David Osagai.
Sensei. Serious business.
Man. Sounds like my boy No Nonsense Keith Peterson.
We always have Keith out here. I always like to have Keith out here because then we are assured that there's not going to be any nonsense.
I think Sensei's going to do that job today.
And we see the Dante Rivera, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu student who travels well. He brought about a third of the crowd with him right now.
Beautiful takedown. He's looking for that. Looking for that arm and guillotine there for a second. Looks like he doesn't have it. Back to the feet.
And we got a southpaw versus a conventional fighter. That's always offers up some problems, but also a lot of openings, especially if you're on your feet, you know?
Definitely. I always love fighting the open stance. It's easier being the left-handed guy because you know, the opponents aren't as used to it, so it's going to be a little easier for Galanti here.
Oh, Rappa now with the blast double, but wow,
nice.
Look at that.
Beautiful throw.
These rounds being shorter, I often say that these guys, it's more like a sprint, you know? It's about gaining the experience, moving up, learning, but you want that W, you got to go.
Definitely. And in these amateur rounds, the takedowns are key. If it's even close like this on the feet, the takedowns are what's going to take it.
Yeah.
Such a short time.
That's a good point. And you see again, Galante in on a double leg. Chains up to the body. He's trying to look for a body lock now, maybe?
Yeah, and I feel like regardless, this is always a good spot for him to end the round here.
Wow, nice trip by Rappa.
Beautiful counter.
I like how Galante stood right back up.
And Rappa put him right back down.
Absolutely. We got some stuff to take a look at here in the replays. Pretty interesting round, honestly. I'm not sure how I'd score that. That's why I'm not a judge. Some big takedowns from both sides. Some light striking on both sides. You see Dante Rivera right there talking to his student. Galante picks up Rappa, takes him for a ride. Rappa right back up to his feet. He tries a double leg. Nothing doing. Nice little whizzer kick there by Galante. And then Rappa finally scores near the end of the round with a takedown. Looks to move to Galante's back, but Galante right back up. And then right back down.
I'd say that's super close. Honestly, I can't tell who would have taken that round there.
It's pretty even.
Pretty even, for sure.
It's a good thing we have a second round here. See if either fighter can make some adjustments, come out. It's pretty interesting. It doesn't seem like either guy wants to necessarily keep it on their feet.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like they want these takedowns for the points, you know, on the scorecard, and they're getting back up to the feet.
Well, the strategy's always different, right? Because the rounds are shorter. We're talking 2-minute rounds. So the takedowns, as you've already stated, are premium. Like, you need these, and right now Rappa is trying to, oh, he's got both hooks in.
He's got the back control, and he's lost it. Nice defense by Galanti.
Well, it's pick your poison, right? You either get flattened out, belly down, or you acquiesce to this position he's in right now, where he's fully mounted.
And again, crazy to think we're already a quarter of the way through the round. So Rappa's already had 25% of that controlled right here.
Yep. And I don't like what Galanti's doing right here. He's just holding on to Rappa. He needs to get his hands on his hips. He needs to start bucking like he's a maverick horse trying to get somebody off him.
Yeah, it's never a good idea to hold some dude to you that's trying to punch you in the face. You always want to get him off. As Derek Lewis says, just get up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy, right? Just get up.
Oh, looks like he's doing just that.
He heard us. Well, it got foiled right there, but again, to me, this is a worse position than being mounted.
Most definitely.
You can't see what's coming at you. At least if you're mounted, you can maybe get a little head movement in there. It's also easier to get a guy off you from the mount. You know, there's knee escapes. There's different basic jiu-jitsu stuff you can do. If you're powerful, you can explode, bridge up. Galante moves back, and he's in mount again.
Yeah, Rappa's doing a really good job of controlling him on top, whether it's from the back, trying to flatten him out, or here in the mount. I'd like to see maybe some more strikes here.
Also smart to point out, you know, he can't ground and pound to the head here. Commission rules. You can ground and pound to the body, but that's not really an option in MMA when you've got somebody mounted. I feel like you're giving up position. You're a lot easier to topple over, you know, when you're trying to hit the guy in the chest or the stomach instead of the head.
Fair enough.
That was all Dymere Rappa. And we see right here why. He goes in for a takedown. Nick Galanti just gives up his back. And Dymere says, I'll put these hooks in. Moves to mount. Galanti's moving underneath him, but he's not doing enough to try to get the man off him. He's not doing enough to try to escape. I guarantee you that Dante Rivera is telling them those exact things right now as we move on to the third round. And man, that first round's a toss-up. Second round is clearly for blue corner Rappa. Let's see what can happen in this third round here.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping that Galanti's corner is telling him that he needs that sense of urgency. It's you win this round or you finish him, or you're losing this fight here.
And that's something that you learn at this level, right? You learn what it feels like to, okay, I'm down, I'm losing this fight. I have 2 minutes and I have to leave everything in this cage or I'm going to be disappointed.
Definitely. It's all about building that fight IQ for these guys right now. Looks like Rappa's got really good fight IQ. As you can see, he's backing on those takedowns. They were working really well for him, and he's taking him back to the ground.
Yeah, Galante had a real strong whizzer there for a heartbeat, but Rappa is smart. He's not going after the one thing. He's chaining things together, and he used a nice trip to get Galante right back on the ground. He's trying to move back into mount. Galante's got one hook in, so we're in half. And he's moving to side control.
I like how he collapsed that arm when he was posted up on the elbow. When Galante was posted up on the elbow, he reached across the body, got his gable, pulled it in, collapsed him, and now he's mounted again. That's the dangerous thing about trying a technical stand-up, right? You leave that arm too close, somebody's going to reach around and grab it, especially a wrestler. Definitely. It seems that Galanti is more jiu-jitsu based, but Rappa's wrestling is definitely paying off for him right now. Well, he's got 49 seconds to really try to make something pay off here because he's in danger of letting this one go. Definitely. Back to the cage like he's doing. Can think about those guillotines. Rappa back in on that high crotch for a sec. Back to the body lock. Yeah, we got 23 seconds left here in this third and final round. And it looks like Nick Galanti is letting this one slip away. Unless he can do something magical in 13 seconds. He's doing all the right things, right? He's defending the right way. Definitely. I just think it's, you know, maybe a little late in the fight to be doing those adjustments. But again, it's still the amateur scene for these guys, and they're building up that experience. They're getting these rounds in, and you know, this is the type of work that you need. You can't get this in the gym. You know, being in front of a crowd and you know, having your family watch you get beat up in a cage. I mean, you can't do that in the gym. Well, you can. There's smokers, but nothing is like this. You're right. There's nothing like live audience, people yelling and screaming. It's kind of what made the Koga era so strange, you know? Definitely. Let's take a look at this action from this third round. There's that beautiful trip. Nice. We saw Dymere Rappa do. Threw his leg behind the outside leg, and he's just in on this single, and he's not giving it up near the end of this round. So Nick Galante doing all he can do right there and throwing some punishment to the body. But I'm feeling like it's not going to be enough. But you never know who the judges are. We'll see what they say. Definitely. See who they put their money on. Yeah, it is nice to have a crowd in here. Having fought in some of the Apex shows, it's crazy when there's no sound or anything. Oh, it's got to be wild. It's interesting. You can hear your coach and you can hear the opponent's coach, and so super intimate. Yeah. Just like we are right now. Very intimate. I would watch those shows, and it would be quieter watching those shows sometimes than when I'd be sparring at Rufus Sport. Yeah. Put some music on. Do something. All right, looks like we got the scorecards tallied up, and we will throw it to our ring announcer, the lovely Dr. David Sarno.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard. Judge 1 has the fight 30-27. Judge 2 has the fight 29-28. Judge 3 has the fight 29-28. And your winner by unanimous decision, out of the blue corner, Dymere the Don Rappa.
There we go, big win for Dymere Rappa, moving to 2-1 in the next gen division. He's got to be happy with that one. You know, Nick Galanti, no slouch, came in 2-0, got his first taste of defeat here, but I think he can learn a lot from it.
Definitely. You know, again, it's these guys trying to put in that, put in the work and get this experience and move up in the amateur division, move up into the pro division. And I think both of these guys came out better.
Yeah, I always say I never want to see these guys just hang it up. I want to see them come back. And I'll show you why. Both these guys had their moments. Do a little fight recap right here. Galante with probably the most dynamic takedown of the fight, right?
Yeah, both of those takedowns right there are beautiful. Super well timed, super well executed.
And that was the best round of the fight for Galante. Not that Rappa didn't have his moments, as we see right here near the end of that first round. Sent him on 2 rides. You know, the second round was all Rappa. You know, it was all this position. He gets the hooks in, he flattens them out. Galante moves, gets mounted. Hard to finish a guy with strikes in the next gen division.
Definitely.
And then it's harder to finish a guy with strikes in the next gen division because you can't ground and pound once you get a guy down. That's why you really like to see guys implement their jiu-jitsu. You really want to see him hunting for submissions. And Rappa never once went for like an armbar out of that mount. I think he was happy with securing that position. He knew he was going to win that round. And in the third round, he came out even better. He looked good. He looked good in the second and third round. Gets his hand raised.
I feel like another one of the things, like you're saying, is it's all about knowing the rule set that you're fighting under. Where, you know, you can't strike to the body, so you have to think about the submissions. You have to think about the wrestling and the control. And yeah, I think he did a really good job of it.
All right, we're moving on. It's all going to be over before you know it. Like in the blink of an eye. We got a big one coming up. Palmer versus Maldonado. And man, is Palmer looking good. Look at his ear. That's how you know not to mess with this guy. He fought very recently. I'm talking, I feel like I just saw him fight. CFFC 101. But you can tell that this is not him because Riley Palmer is pretty popular around these parts. This is Devin Maldonado making his debut.
This is definitely an interesting way to have your first fight. It is always kind of nice being the guy who everybody's cheering against because you have nothing to lose. All the pressure is going to be on Palmer in this fight. He's the guy that's got the O to lose. He's 2-0. He's here in his hometown. He's got all these people here watching him. But we've got Devin Maldonado making his debut. He's got nothing to lose in this fight.
How old were you when you had your first fight?
I think my first amateur fight, yeah, I was like 16 or 17 probably.
That's crazy.
On the Indian reservations.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Devin Maldonado is 20 years old.
Nice.
Can't buy a beer, but he can punch you in the face, and he's going to do his best against this guy, Riley Palmer. This guy's a local hero. Last fight card we had, man, these people went bonkers for him. I thought there was going to be a riot.
Ooh, yeah, you can tell.
There it is. 23 years old, made his amateur debut in July. This is his third fight since. Fought in July, fought in October, now he's fighting in October again. Wow. You see that comes from Team Marquez. So many great fighters come out of there. I mean, old Marquez is holding mitts for Paul. Not, maybe he does hold for Paul Capaldo, but he holds for Paul Felder too. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, this guy's a wrestler. He's a lot of fun to watch too. You're in for a treat, Chase.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. I can already tell by the crowd that we're going to get a show regardless of what happens. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, they almost rioted last time, and Riley won. So I'd hate to be here and see if anything happens. If he lost, you're going to have to protect me.
See what I can do.
Little show of sportsmanship right there as we take a look at the tail of the tape of these two young up-and-comers. I mean, again, there's not much difference here except for the experience. The edge goes to Riley Palmer. He's 2-0, and Devin Maldonado is making his debut. Let's take it to the ring announcer, Dr. D. David Sarnoff.
Tonight, this bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the NEXTGEN Bantamweight division. This bout has been brought to us by RK Chevrolet of Vineland. We do it right. Now, standing to my right, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 133.3 pounds, fighting for the Foundry out of Beaufort, South Carolina, Devin Maldonado. Now, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 135.2 pounds, fighting for Marquez MMA out of Richboro, Pennsylvania, Riley Palmer. Referee in charge of the action once the bell rings, Sensei David Osagai.
All right, we got a fan favorite, Riley Palmer, taking on a newcomer, Devin Maldonado. We'll see how this goes. Look for Palmer to shoot early and shoot often.
Some wild hooks there from Palmer off the start into a shot. Ooh. Going for the slam, then the back trip.
It's pretty neat how he does that, isn't it? He's got strength, he's got speed, and he's very accurate with everything as he moves to full mount. Maldonado in a world of trouble.
Definitely. It seems that Palmer doesn't have too much time before he's ready to go pro.
I mean, he's fighting often. This is the second time he's fought in 4 weeks.
It's always good to stay active, especially in these amateur shows when you're not taking the same amount of damage, you're not having to cut the same amount of weight, and you're doing it for free, so you're trying to bang it out and make your way to the pro shows. And yeah, he's got the right amount of enthusiasm here, as you can see.
Nice little knee cut to the left side of Maldonado, moves to side control. Look for him to maybe isolate that arm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's looking for either that key lock or that Kimura. Ooh, back to north-south, looking for that Dars or the arm-man guillotine. Maldonado back up, back on the feet.
30 seconds left to go in this first round. That has been all Riley Palmer. He's not afraid to throw either. Maldonado needs to get his respect.
Maldonado's not looking to discourage, though.
Maybe a little boost of confidence from surviving that awful position. I mean, being mounted and getting out of it, I think it's got to make you feel a little happy.
Yeah, you can see the look in his eyes. He's still in the fight. That's he's another young guy. Again, he has nothing to lose. He's out here to prove all these people that are cheering for their guy wrong. So we'll see if he can do it.
And he's out here switching stances. He's got a tough hill to climb, though. Riley Palmer, obviously the fan favorite, but for good reason. He brings the credentials to the cage with him.
Definitely. Crazy good wrestling.
I'm going to take a look at some of these replays here. It's all Riley Palmer in this first round, and we'll see why right here. Throws heavy right hand, your wrestler's favorite tool, the overhand right, and then the double leg. And then I like what he did here. Devin Maldonado demonstrates some pretty good takedown defense. He's agile like a cat, staying on his feet, so Riley Palmer takes him back the other way and trips him. Scores the takedown either way, moves to side control, and ends the round looking pretty good. He's looking for that finish, though.
Definitely.
If you're Devin Maldonado, what do you need to do here?
Devin Maldonado, he needs to come back in a strong way, whether it's, let's see. We'll see if Palmer starts to fade here with that cardio. It's not looking like it, especially these short rounds.
I think he's just throwing crazy heat.
Yeah, sometimes here you can see Palmer is kind of winning even more with like his aggression rather than even just landing the strikes.
Good takedown defense by Maldonado, but
right into that leg drag.
Yeah, Palmer's able to chain things together really well. Throwing shots to the solar plexus there. Maldonado's got to let go of his head. All he's doing is holding him down, holding the guy on him.
Definitely. He's got to start pushing him, trying to work either that whizzer or get on his other hip and start trying to work for that underhook. He needs to start scooting his hips back, start making that space, because again, these are really short rounds. Now that that leg's up, if I were Maldonado, I'd try to hook underneath it. Back up to the feet almost.
Nice roll to get out of danger, but he's
almost in the back.
Trying to see that far leg if Palmer's got the hook, and no, he doesn't. He's just riding him like a. Oh yeah, he does have hook in. Never mind.
He's got that wrist control as well, and that inside arm. That all the Russians love that. The little Dagestani handcuff there.
Yeah, the little wrist ride. I mean, that's a Ben Askren special right there. Your father.
Yeah, I got a call from him the other day.
That's good. That's good that your dad keeps in touch with you.
Yeah, for sure. I'm still waiting on my birthday presents and all the child support. But
I'm sure it's in the mail.
Yeah, someday.
Sure. Yeah. Riley Palmer has fully mounted Maldonado one more time. Maldonado trying to get the half guard here.
Is he trying to, looked like he was putting his palm over the mouth, trying to suffocate him.
That's a great move.
Yeah.
I love that.
I do that to guys in the gym all the time.
Yeah, it's not cheating. It's maybe dirty, but it's not cheating.
We're doing UFC rules in here, guys.
Absolutely. Depending on who your referee is, you can, get away with some eye pokes here and there too. It's true.
Definitely.
Unless they're going to take a point right away. And we see right here is some of this takedown defense that I've talking about from Maldonado, but I just think Riley's too good. Once you stop that wrestler and he's going to chain to something else, he will try to get you to the ground, and Riley Palmer is not meeting too much resistance on the second shot or the second attempt at a takedown. And you see him right there, nice fight IQ. He went for that head and arm choke. Wrestler's favorite submission. Ends the round on top.
Yeah, I think Maldonado, he should know pretty easily. He's like, all right, I got to finish. He needs, again, that sense of urgency. He's got to get it happening, get it going. Riley Palmer right now is putting on a fantastic wrestling and grappling clinic. We'll see if he can keep it up.
Devin Maldonado, I think, needs to keep this on his feet. He's got to try to knock out Riley Palmer.
He does seem to be more the striking-oriented guy. Hands are very low, surprisingly.
Got to stop that shot from Riley Palmer.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I mean, Riley's not afraid to mix it up and throw, but he timed that beautifully.
Ooh, he's looking for that neck. He's on the wrong hip, though.
Yeah, well, Riley recognized it and moved to the right side.
Maldonado's got to watch out for that Von Flu.
Yep, he's going for it.
He is going for it. And that arm's pretty locked in there.
Oh, he's going to get this.
There's a lot of time.
He's got that arm pinched in there.
I would say...
No, now he's just going to try to pop his head right out.
Muscle out. Fair enough. Ooh. Maldonado back in on a guillotine attempt. Doesn't quite have it. I like that he's swimming for the underhooks as the guy on bottom, especially in MMA. You need to get underneath that guy. You don't want to be stretched out.
I do like that Maldonado is going for that guillotine. He's at least trying to win. You know, it's because you can do two things when you're in this position. You can throw up your hips for submissions. You can try to get a guillotine, or you can try to stand up. He's at least trying to submit Riley Palmer. There's not a whole lot on those techniques, but at least he's trying.
Yeah, definitely. It shows he's still in the fight. You know, he had that guillotine there for a second. Let's see. We'll see if Palmer's going to try to pass.
Well, the crowd isn't an official part of the scorecards or the judging, but they have already decided that Riley Palmer is the winner. And they want Devin Maldonado out of here singing na-na-na-na, hey, 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 goodbye. It's enemy territory here, man. You ever fight in Philadelphia?
No, I fought in New Jersey. But again, I didn't fight a Jersey guy, thankfully.
Yeah, this is enemy territory. Philly doesn't like anybody. Going to take a look at some of the action from the third round. A beautifully timed shot by Riley Palmer. Devin Maldonado is trying to take the neck of Riley Palmer here. Winds up in a precarious position. Almost gets himself on flued. We might be changing it to Von Preux. I think we constantly talk about that since he has like 3 finishes with that in the UFC. Some nice elbow ground and pound by Riley Palmer. And I think this one's pretty academic. And I might go talk to Riley Palmer just because I don't want to get chased out of this building with pitchforks and torches. So we're gonna go have him a word.
Go quell the mob a little bit.
Yeah. I'll go make him happy.
Let him know we're on Team Palmer, and
I'm gonna take it to Dr. Dave for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges have the fight 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated out of the red corner, Riley Palmer!
Who am I here with? We're making a habit of this, Riley Palmer. We don't normally interview people on the undercard, but I don't want to be chased out of this building by pitchforks and torches with all these people you brought. You're a freak. This is the second fight of yours that I've called in 4 weeks. How are you feeling?
I feel great, man. You guys haven't seen anything yet. I'm going to come back bigger and stronger.
Obviously, when you come in here, your game plan is to wrestle, but I've noticed you're not afraid of throwing hands, and I see who's in your corner here who holds mitts for you. So how are you growing in between fights? Are you focusing more on your grappling, or are you focusing more on your striking?
Hey, part of me wants to get better with my hands, so that's a work in progress. It's just going to take time, but I can never go away from my wrestling. I've had the best wrestling base ever since I was a kid. I had the best coaches out there. Nobody's going to stop my wrestling.
All right, the last fight was 4 weeks ago. You gonna fight again before Christmas?
We'll see about that. I'll talk to my coaches, but you know I'm more than ready. I'll fight next week if you need me to.
Well, there you go. You guys know who he is. Put your hands together for your winner, Riley Palmer.
definitely a good attitude to have. He said he's ready to fight whenever, and you know, especially at this level, it's about getting that experience in. He did really well against his opponent. He put on a clinic, but again, you got to get those fights in, and he's definitely making his way up to the pro scene here pretty quick.
How'd my hair look, Hooper?
I feel like you look nice.
All right,
nice
good.
And, you gel it, or is that oil?
No, it's gel. It's like a little pomade, you know?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, thank you.
The gel messes with my curls, so I don't really use it.
Well, you just have beautiful natural hair. We're taking a look at a replay here. The man I just talked to, Riley Palmer. That was the first strike thrown of the fight. Big, heavy overhand right. And you heard him talk about wanting to improve on his striking, but wrestling is obviously his bread and butter. He's got a great wrestling base. That's from his words. Those are his words, and obviously he proves it.
Definitely.
Say he's ready to fight tomorrow.
Got to play around with that wrestling enough, and then you know, get the guys scared, and then he can work on the striking in his fights a little more.
That's what it's about, right? Showing the guy different things. Like, I'm going to punch you. I'm going to level change. I also have jiu-jitsu. You give the guy so many things to worry about.
Definitely about being as well-rounded as you can be, and I feel like you see a lot of specialists here in the you know, the lower levels as these guys are working up. Then they start becoming more and more well-rounded, and yeah, you see a more developed fighter, and you get to watch them all here on Fight Pass.
It's my favorite part, CFFC. Always bringing the heat, watching guys go from the next gen division to the main card fights on Fight Pass, and then next thing I know, they're in the UFC, just like you. Coming up, Fernandez versus Lewis, light heavyweight title on the line. Next gen lightweight title, light heavyweight title on the line. The 205ers. Yeah, these guys are a little bit bigger than 155.
Yeah, you got a different 155 division out here.
They grow them big in Philly. I don't know what we're waiting on here, Cody. The cage is that way. Due north.
One of my coaches always said, like, whatever happens, they're not going to start without you. So you'll figure it out. And just take your time.
That is true. We do need him to get into the cage, though.
Be a very one-sided fight if he didn't make his way in there.
Cody is 31 years old, made his amateur debut in March of 2018. It's the first time we're seeing him here in CFFC. Fought most recently in March of 2020, picking up a decision win on the Ohio regional scene. Now he returns from a 19-month layoff. It's a pretty big layoff.
Definitely. I think part of that's obviously the COVID. It's interesting to see guys from Ohio at the amateur level traveling out here to take these fights for CFFC. So yeah, he's definitely got something to prove. Again, it's another guy that's coming into somebody else's hometown, and we'll see how he does.
I see that state, Ohio, and I just think wrestling. So we'll see what his base is. He is fighting Luke Fernandez, who we'll be seeing shortly here, coming out of the red corner. Luke's 26 years old, made his debut in October of 2020. As you can tell from the noise from the crowd. He's obviously from the area. Fought most recently in May, picked up a huge 27-second submission win over Jacob Spencer via Anaconda choke at CFFC 97. His record is 2-1 in the CFFC Next Gen division. So Luke's a guy I've seen before. Dante Rivera is a guy I see often. Tremendous corner. Luke's a wrestler and a boxer. Love that Anaconda choke.
Definitely. We'll see what this wrestling and boxing looks like against someone from Ohio, where, again, like a little corn-fed, all the corn-fed guys out there are just very heavy wrestling bases. Both of these dudes pretty athletic for amateur light heavyweights. You don't see that often. You usually see some sloppy guys on the local scenes, but these guys, they're athletic. They're ready to put the work in, and we'll see how this fight turns out. Not
mincing words tonight, Chase Hooper. He's seen some sloppy shops in his day. We're going to take it to ring announcer Dr. D. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not going to take it to Dr. D. I'm on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. We take a look at the tail of the tape here. Bit of an age discrepancy. Cody Lewis, the older fighter, weight's the same. Records are pretty much the same too. This one's a toss-up.
They almost look the same even in this face-off pick.
Let's take it to Dr. D. David Sarno.
Tonight, this bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds for the Next Gen Light Heavyweight Championship. This bout has been brought to us by Reload Meal Prep. Now, standing to my right, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 202.7 pounds, with a record of 3 wins and 1 loss, fighting for Eris Combat out of Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, Cody, the Spartan, Lewis. Now, standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner with an undefeated record of 3 wins and no losses, weighing in at 204.6 pounds, fighting for Dante Rivera, BJJ, out of Forked River, New Jersey, Luke Fernandez. Referee in charge of the action once the bell rings, Big Dan Maldonado.
All right, Big Dan Maldonado in the center of the cage for these big boys. Light heavyweight action.
I guess that makes sense. You need a big ref for these bigger fellas.
Yeah, you never know when somebody's going to snap. You got to pull somebody off of somebody. Cody Lewis starting aggressive.
Fernandez in on that takedown. Nice right to side control. Lewis working that knee in. That's smart. He's working back to his guard pretty quick here. We're up to 3-minute rounds here, so a little bit longer than these last couple fights. Ooh, nice, good pressure by Fernandez.
So this is a title fight for the NEXTGEN title, 205 pounds. And as you see, the ground and pound going on to the head right there, which is legal because these guys are more advanced with the bigger records, 3-0 and 3-1 respectively.
I think you could just see Dan Maldonado telling Lewis that he's got to move, he's got to make some intelligent defense, or else it's going to get stopped.
Lewis underneath Fernandez right now. Fernandez still. I like how he secures a position before he does anything. Yeah. And he's hitting him with some big, heavy ground and pound right now.
Super heavy shots. Back past the guard. Ooh, he's back into the half guard a little bit here. Lewis needs to keep that. Ooh, he's getting mounted here.
Yeah, this is going to get stopped here. Dan Maldonado right in there. He's going to tell fighter on bottom, Lewis, again, you got to move. But look at this. Fernandez wants a finish. He's going for that rear naked choke.
Can't quite see. Ooh, that's pretty locked up.
That is under the chin, ladies and
gentlemen. That's a short choke right there, looking beautiful.
And there's a tap. That's how you want to win the NEXTGEN belt. That's how you want to get strapped up in front of your friends and your family. Whoa, big backflip.
That's, like I was saying, super athletic to be able to do a backflip at 205 pounds.
I don't care what weight I'm at. I can't do a backflip.
I can't do a backflip either.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I also don't try to work at doing backflips, so, you know, maybe I would be able to do one. I don't know.
Yeah, same as the splits. You'll never find out. I'm not going to try.
That's a happy man right there. Luke Fernandez moves to 4-0 in his NEXTGEN record. It's a hell of a career. It's a hell of a start for this young man. He is in all his glory right now. Got a championship belt to his name, and he did it in front of his friends and his family. Got the finish, too. You know his coach, Dante Rivera, is happy to see that jiu-jitsu implemented. You see him trying to mix things up right here with kicks and punches. Cody Lewis in on a shot, easily turned towards the fence by Luke Fernandez and then taken down. And then a tremendous display of fight IQ, really. Using his positional awareness to pound out Cody Lewis. And then look at that, the finger walk. You know you're in trouble. You got to fight that hand. Cody Lewis can't do it. Luke Fernandez sinks his forearm right underneath the chin of Cody Lewis, and he gets the tap, and he gets the belt, and he gets his hand raised. Beautiful job.
Super tight choke, and all in all, I think he won every second of that fight, and he looked great.
Super tight choke, super tight backflip. Gonna go to ring announcer Dr. David Sarno.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout was stopped at 1 minute and 40 seconds in the first round. Winner by tap out by way of the rear naked choke. Still undefeated, out of the red corner, and the new CFFC NEXTGEN light heavyweight champion of the world, Luke Fernandez.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Luke Fernandez. I don't think he needs any introduction. You all know who this man is, but now he moves to 4-0. You're undefeated. You are the new light heavyweight champion. How are you going to celebrate?
I'm going to go see my family, my friends. I'm going to go hug my mom. I don't know where my mom is, but I'm gonna hug her. I just want to do a special shout out. First of all, Rob Haydak and everyone at CFFC. I appreciate what you guys do for the fighters. You make us feel like home. This venue, this event, the promotion is so well run. So first off, hats off to them. Then I gotta thank my dad. I gotta thank my coaches, Dante Rivera, Coach Ash, my father Tito. I mean, without them, it's not possible. So,
what was the game plan coming into this? You know, I mean, you wrestle, you box, you ended with a beautiful rear naked choke, and I know your coach Dante is super proud of you for that one. Was it to take him down and submit him, or did you want to test him on his feet?
I was prepared to go wherever the fight went. I wanted to stay a little rangy, but once I saw him rushing, I figured my wrestling was going to come into. So then we got into kind of like a body lock situation, I think. I got my takedown, and I'm just constant pressuring. Like you said, my coach, Dante, drills it in my head every day about pressure, about jiu-jitsu. We got to train jiu-jitsu every day. So, I mean, it's just the fruits of his teachings and my labor. It just worked out today. We got the job done.
I love to hear that. I love the jiu-jitsu. What's next for you? I want to see you back in this cage as soon as possible, but I also don't want to rush you. I know Thanksgiving and Christmas are coming up. Probably want to eat with your family, but you know, tell me when you want to come back.
So I'm going to be, I got to start coaching wrestling again, but I'm going to be working. I want to be back in this cage as soon as possible. I got to get better. I just want to be a sponge. I want to learn more. I need more cage time. So as soon as I can get back in here, that's awesome. I'm fresh. I'm ready to go. Like I said, I got the best gym in the world, the best coach in the world. So the training there is just going to get me better and better. I'm ready to go.
He's ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your winner and new light heavyweight champion. Yeah, well, he's got one more thing to say, and who am I to deny the champ?
I just want to dedicate this belt to a very dear friend of mine that passed away this year due to cancer. So this one's for her. Brittany, I love you. We got it done.
Very classy, tremendous. Ladies and gentlemen, Luke Fernandez.
Family man, Luke Fernandez, 26. I love the jiu-jitsu every day. That's always a sentiment that I try to live by. You know, I'm definitely rooting for him. You know, he's up to 4-0 now. He's got the light heavyweight belt here at CFFC, and yeah, he had some great jiu-jitsu. He had great striking, great wrestling. He got him out of there, and he made it look like it was easy. You know, he did a great job.
All right, let's take a look at the fight recap. We only needed one round for this one. Luke Fernandez, very athletic, huge takedown on Cody Lewis, immediately into side control, but he just wants to do some damage here.
Got those heavy shots.
Great ground and pound here. And then talk me through this choke, Chase.
Yeah, as you said earlier, he's kind of creeping along that shoulder, working his way up. Looks like he ended up just kind of grabbing by that. Yep, he got that palm to palm. Just squeezing, you know. You can see how deep it is, and you can see how his opponent's face started turning purple, and worked out perfectly for him.
9.5 on the backflip, too. Beautiful backflip.
He should get another belt for the backflip.
Backflip champion of CFFC. But wait, there's more still to come at CFFC 102, live on UFC Fight Pass, big main event. Burrell versus Stewart, two guys with huge experience trying to get back to the bigger show, because this is the big show. Live from the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. Can't wait for that one. There's also some great bangers. Ryan Rizco against Yana Ashmoz, and the one I'm looking for, Dalipaj versus Jose Perez. We'll be there on the call. Myself, CM Punk, and Chase Hooper. We'll see you there.